Hello, everybody, and welcome to my Sunday live stream a little bit earlier. It's not going to be at this time every single time. It's just going to be at this time for this one time, because I got my white worms and I want to get their culture started as soon as I can. So I got them, and they come in this little smiley container, and this paper, and then the person's business card. I got these off of eBay, and that was the only place I could find them, on eBay. And to me, that was the best choice I could do. I don't know if it was the best choice overall, because they did come, the white, like you see the white worms, like the white worms are in there, but there's also, like, I guess, ground worms. There's like red wigglers, worms you find in the ground, and they're in my white worm culture. So eventually I'll have to get those out, because I don't want them in my culture. I don't know if the people keep them in like a large container in the ground where the worms could get in there, or they just keep the worms in there, because that's how they keep their white worms. Certainly not how I'm keeping my white worms. But yeah, I'll be setting up this culture. It won't be too long of a stream today. I'll post the link, so if anybody would like to come up, you're more than welcome to. And since I'm in the basement, there might be lag or internet issues, or like the audio might get bad, but it's fine.
Sounds fine right now.
Pemplin Creek Aquatics, welcome, and thank you. The racks do look great. Dave Farrell, welcome. He's right behind me. I was gonna stream from camp today. I didn't expect my white worms to come this early. They were supposed to be here Tuesday, so I wasn't expecting to do that on my live stream. And we were camping, because we camp on the weekends now. We were gonna stay till Monday morning, but we came home early. Otherwise, I would have been streaming from camp today. But I got my white worms. I got my bag of white worms off of eBay. I think it was like $12 for this portion. But it's fine, because it'll start a nice culture. This is the size culture I'm going to be making. It's a bit wet right now, but it's fine. This is a Sterilite 6-quart container. It's pretty large, and if they overpopulated this, I would switch it to that 10-gallon tank that can't hold water, that one right there. And I doubt they'll overpopulate the 10-gallon tank, but if they did, I would get like a massive tote. And you find that grocery stores or something, I guess. Craft stores, maybe. Stephen P. 2003, welcome. Good morning, all. Just woke up because I'm a bum. Sounds like me. I'm going to read the paper that came with the white worms, in case anybody was wondering what it says. Olivia, welcome. Equipment needed to prepare for your white worm starter culture. A watertight plastic container, the minimum size 8x6 by 5. Large ice cream tubs are ideal. If the lid is tight fitting, please ensure you put some air holes in the lid. I'm going to poke air holes in there. I couldn't poke holes with a box cutter, so. Small amounts of dry cat food or dry dog food. Alternatively, cheap pond pellets seem to be working really well. That's what the paper says. And the cultures are flourishing in Old Spoon, which is to be kept in the container at all times and must not cross-contaminate with any other worm cultures. It's used for loosening soil occasionally. A small box of aquarium charcoal, optional. It's a small portion that I got. This aids in reducing the smell of the culture, especially good if you don't have a fish house. A small handheld spray bottle for water. This is for helping keep the soil moist, and also food, peat and or compost for the culture to live in. I have my organic cocoa fibers. It is advised that you put it in an oven at high temperature, to sterilize it. Caring for your whiteworm culture. Whiteworms are an excellent live food for fish and are very easy to raise. Whiteworms are white in color and they reach up to 1.5 inches in length. Whiteworms are great for conditioning fish for breeding. They are eaten by most fish and are suitable for a wide range of fish since their size is appropriate even for the smallest fish. This should, however, be fed as a part of a varied diet since some sources consider them to be excessively fatty. You will need a container with a lid, for example, a large ice cream tub. You can use whatever you want. It just needs to be waterproof. This is a taupe, so it's waterproof. I just rinse it out. Half fill the container with peat and or compost. You can, if you wish at this point, add a handful of aquarium charcoal mixed thoroughly. Yeah, and then there's just the rest of the directions for setting it up, which I'll be showing. But it's funny, they came in this little smiley, like bubble mailer almost. It's kind of cute. I'm in the fish room doing this, but the whiteworms are going to be stored out of the fish room because they need to stay 50 to, I don't remember how much degrees. You don't want them passing 85. You can store them in the refrigerator. I did some research this morning. You can store them in the refrigerator in the summertime to preserve them if it gets hot in your house and you don't have a basement. Andre Ellis, welcome. Sandy Carroll, welcome. The smell is the one thing that deters me from culturing worms. How stinky is it? These worms, they don't smell terrible. They just smell like dirt from outside. But yeah, worms are pretty smelly.
I don't like the mashed potato ones.
No, what is it called? Microworms. They smell terrible. They're probably the worst worm ever made. They smell pretty awful. And I don't know if you can use this like charcoal hack for microworms. Maybe if you like took a little packet and taped it to the lid or something. I don't know. But yeah, for the white worms, they say that you can use aquarium charcoal. I don't know if you could do that with grindle worms because they're kept pretty much the same way, just a different temperature. And white worms are a bit larger. These guys are pretty small right now, but that's one of them. The rest of them have gone in the soil. There's a pretty large one. And they are alive. So whiteworms will probably be my favorite culture because they won't smell if you're using aquarium charcoal. Might stick with my live baby brine. Yeah. So I'm going to take my 6-quart tote container. And
I never got to post the link.
Oh yeah. Hold on, let me post the stream here and link if anybody wants to come up. Oh, and if you didn't read the description, or you weren't here for the first couple minutes of the live stream, I'm not streaming at this time every single Sunday. It's just this one time that I'm streaming this early, because I normally stream at 3 and it's almost 1 right now. I won't be streaming at this time every Sunday. It's only this one time because we're home right now and I need to get these white worms in their culture so they're not stuck in this bag for another few hours. They probably would have been fine, but
Peplin. It looks like the albino cribs are getting ready to breed. They've paired up, and there's 2 under the skull and 2 under the rock here, but
maybe that'd be cool. So I'm gonna take my, you probably can't see that, organic cocoa fibers. They're Eco Earth organic cocoa fibers that you use for reptiles, and I'm just gonna fill it to a line on the container. I don't know if you can see it, but it is pretty watery right now. I normally drain it. I like squeeze it out, but it'll be fine. And there is some left, so I'm just taking this white worm spoon. It's used for loosening the soil. And I'm just going to scoop out the rest of the coconut fibers. Vision Tank Ticks, welcome. Peplin said that's awesome, Dave. To anyone that was watching my premiere the other day, the packing plants one, sorry that chat got shut off. It wasn't a live stream, so there wasn't anything I could do about it. I didn't realize, because comments have got shut off before on my videos, and I was wondering. Hold on, I was draining that real quick. I was wondering why that was, and comments getting shut off are the same as chat getting shut off on a live stream. So the live chat on the premiere got shut off, but thanks to anyone that was watching. Comments also got shut off on that video. That's why he's standing in the back. I'm assuming that's why he's standing in the back so chat doesn't get shut off.
no, I can live.
You can. So I filled it with the rest of my organic cocoa fibers that I have in this bucket. There is some left. But after about a month, maybe even 2 months, 2.5 months, I've used 1 whole brick of reptile cocoa fibers. And I got a 3-pack because PetSmart didn't have a 1-pack of the cocoa fiber bricks that you would put in water and they expand. So I had to get a 3-pack, and it was $10. So I got a 3-pack, and I have finally used 1 brick out of all 3 of them. So is it YouTube that shuts off the comments? Yes. YouTube shuts off the comments. Which is why live streams are so nice. And that's why I don't post many videos. And it's not that because the comments get shut off. It's just because I'd rather do something live. I know a lot of people don't go back to live streams, and live streams don't really go, I guess, viral. But I can talk back and forth to people. If someone has a question, instead of putting it in the comment section and me potentially missing it, or them not seeing my response, I can say it right here, which is why it's so nice. And you can talk to people because they can come up. But when I was filming that video, I didn't have any adults there, I guess. That's why I got shut off. But it's fine.
Yeah, hold on.
Huh?
He said, but Fish Fan says nice things. Only says nice things, right?
Yeah.
It's the trolls.
And since like YouTube doesn't really know about the Fish Fan, they just look at us as just people. Just people. And my face could get out there, and then there could be people that, because I'm a kid, people, I don't know. It's one of YouTube's guidelines, I guess. Like, I have to mark videos as made for kids, so the comments get shut off. And I don't do that. I just set them as not made for kids. So then the comments are on, and everybody can, talk in the comment section. So, now that I've got most of the water out, we aren't people, we're just weirdo nerds and demand to be treated as It's very true. Okay, I need to put some more in it. I dropped a clump of my cocoa fibers back in the container. Alrighty, whatever. So I have my organic cocoa fibers right here. Doesn't look like a lot because it isn't. And I'm going to, according to the directions, you just sprinkle your charcoal in. I grabbed a bit much. You sprinkle it on top and then you mix it in. And that keeps the odor from the worms at bay. Just mix it up. Now, I've never done this before. I've never done white worms before. And I've never tried this charcoal hack, but this is apparently how these people, the fish food dude, that's how they keep their cultures.
Who?
The fish food dude. That's who I got it from.
Dude.
I got him off eBay, which I don't really order from eBay. Because you don't get to really know the owners that much. I didn't even know who shipped them out. So the worm substrate is plenty but enough that I don't need this water bottle. But, Stephen P. sells this fish on eBay. Awesome. I'll also check it out. On eBay, is there like fish stores? Like, do you have individual stores or like a page you can go to see a person's listing? So I got my substrate, I got my charcoal, almost spilled it everywhere. I'm gonna take my bag of the worms, the smelly worms, and I'm gonna do it by spoonfuls. I'm just gonna sprinkle their substrate that comes with them. I'm gonna sprinkle that on the top. Actually, spoonfuls is too slow. Slowly sprinkling it. I'll show the end result in a minute. Not necessarily end result, but Alrighty. And I'm going to take the spoon and scoop the rest of the white worms off of the sides of the bag. I have a link in the banner on my channel page. Just have plecos and tiger endlers listed right now. I'm about to put muck guppies up there too. Nothing too exotic. Well, Stephen P, if you'd like to post your link in here, there's not many people here, but if you'd like to post your link in here, I just made you a mod. I'm just scraping the rest of the worms off the side. What kind of plecos do you have on there, Steven? Plecos are pretty cool. I don't know if you can see that, but those are the white worms. You did a good job. So right now I'm just kind of skimming along the edge and then tapping the white worms into the tote container. And I'll poke holes in this after once I find something sharp enough to poke holes in this with. Oh, Steven's got chocolate plecos. That sounds
Yep.
cool.
8, 10.
8. We have 8 chocolate bristlenose plecos right now. My mother should show her pea puffer tank sometime. She's got I think she's got a video about it. Pretty sure she's got a video about it. But it's a pretty gorgeous tank. And if anybody was wondering why I'm setting up another worm culture, 1, because I love worms. 2, mainly for the pea puffers. And it was going to be for my discus, but the worms aren't as large as I thought. So I might not be feeding these to my discus, which is fine. I have live black worms, and I'll be setting up that culture. That one right there is going to be a black worm culture. I have neon green gravel for that tank, which should look pretty cool. Terry would be so proud of neon green gravel.
Yes, Terry will love it.
He will.
We got that bucket of ugly rock out there, yellow and blue and pink and green. I'm going to put it in sink.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
One fish in there, name it Terry.
Yes. Should be an Endler. Name the Endler Terry. That'd be funny. An Endler tank with neon rocks. That'd be Terry's dream tank. I think I got most of the white worms off the bag. And now they're in this container. I'm just gonna smooth out their concoction of substrate. This is, well, what it says on the paper. It's peat and or compost. So I'm assuming it's peat moss and compost, which is what the worms are in. Now I keep mine in organic coconut fibers, which you've probably heard about before when I have done my grindleworm cultures. But I'm gonna feed these guys. I have this sample of color enhancing tropical flakes. And like when you get filters, most of the time you get little food samples. And I just use little food samples for the live food cultures. I have 2 jars of expired fish flakes upstairs, which is what I also use because they love it. But I'm not positive how many worms are in here, so I'm not feeding too much. Because I guess I'm not really feeding too little either. See, that's how much I fed. Because I'll come check on these guys, and if they run out of food, I know that this portion is too little for the amount of worms that are in here. Oh, look at that. The lid's gone moldy. It's been sitting there so long. Yeah. But that's my grindleworm, white worm culture. I'm gonna put the lid on it now, and hold on. They recommended a specific spoon to keep. It said in the culture. I'm keeping mine outside the culture, and that's just for loosening the soil every so often. And then a spray bottle for moistening the soil. But I'll have to poke some holes in the lid after the stream. And I'll probably poke the holes right in the middle, so I'm gonna go grab a paint marker. And I'm just gonna label this new culture. I'm gonna label it white worms because that's what they are. White worms. Stephen P said, "What's the best live food culture for a busy and lazy person?" My mother said black worms, which are great because you can just press buttons and they'll be delivered to your door. But you have to water change them every day. So I would say,
yeah, but that's just dumping it out in the strainer and then pouring it back in and adding the water.
you have to clean the mold off of them too. And pick out the dead ones, which is very difficult because you got to take tweezers and get each dead one out. I would say, since I know you don't want the smell, like you said in chat, microworms are the easiest culture because you just, you refresh their culture once a month, and they can go for a month and a half, maybe even 2 months. You don't have to feed them every day. Now, if you're not looking for something that smells as bad as the ones in mashed potatoes, which are the microworms, I would say grindleworms, because they reproduce very fast, but not too fast to where they will overpopulate your container, whatever you use. And you can throw in, when you're feeding your fish, you can just have a small little jar of food, and you just take a small handful. I would say a tablespoon. I use a tablespoon. I would say I use 2 tablespoons of fish flakes for my 10-gallon culture, and that feeds them for 4 days-ish. And you could feed them a bit more, as long as it's not going to mold. If you had a small tote like this, a 6-quart tote for grindleworms, you could feed that a tablespoon of food, and that would probably last them a good 5 days, maybe a week. So, a busy and lazy person, microworms or Grindel worms. That would be my choice. Herb diversity, welcome. If you're looking for a terrestrial worm, those would be the two that I would recommend. If you're looking
Opposed to an extraterrestrial.
opposed to an aquatic worm. If you're looking for like an aquatic worm or an aquatic live food culture, then I haven't kept Daphne or scuds yet, but they don't require as many water changes as blackworms. Thanks, Brian. I could tolerate the smell if I can ignore the culture for that long, as long as it doesn't stink up the whole house. Yeah, you'll hear from so many people that you shouldn't keep microworms in your bedroom, especially because they need airflow, so you'll need to have a hole in the lid because, it'll smell up your whole room. And I had microworms. I had 2 microworm cultures running for the longest time in my room, and I never had a problem. And then I moved them down here, and I still don't have a problem with them. So I would say microworms are really good. You just want a tall container. Now, this is not what I keep my microworms in. This is just apple cider vinegar right now. I'm going to be setting up vinegar eels, but something like this, but that's got like an actual lid on it, not like a screw cap, like an actual lid. You would want something tall to where you can put your medium in, your starter culture, and then they still have like at least half the container. They can crawl up the sides, and then you take your finger or a Q-tip or a pipette or something, and you wipe off the side to harvest. Maybe I'll make a video on harvesting live food cultures eventually. Maybe. I have tanks throughout my house, no basements here in Louisiana. Oh, you're in Louisiana? That's awesome. Yeah, microworms and Grindel worms can stay at room temperature, and they won't smell. And you could keep multiple small cultures in the rooms that you have tanks in. Now, most of our fish are down here, the ones that we'll be feeding the live food cultures to. So that's why I have my live food culture shelf here. And then I have my Cory cats, which they're water screen right now. But I have these 4 10-gallon tanks, and then I have my smaller containers of extra cultures, such as like my night crawlers and red wigglers will be outside the room. Same with the white worms. So that would be considered an extra culture because they won't be in this main live food culture area. And then I have my small little like yogurt containers of microworms. But over here, there are 4 10-gallon tanks. Those 2 don't hold water because that one's like a reptile tank, and that one the seal is broken on it. So I have my Grindel worms. I don't know what I'm going to be keeping in that one right there anymore. I might upgrade my white worm culture if it does good. That one's going to be Daphne and scuds, and then that one's going to be black worms. Hello, Karuna Karen. I hope I said that right. I probably didn't. But welcome to a Sunday pop-up stream. I won't be doing another stream later because I normally have my 3 o'clock stream Eastern time on Sundays. This is a replacement. Just this one time. So now I have made a mess. I'll have to find something I can poke a hole in this. What?
Cichlids.
Oh, you're looking at cichlids? I'll have to find something that I can poke a hole in this lid with. Maybe a drill. Yeah. Steve and Pete, if you're looking for any live food cultures, there was a store on Get Gills. It's not there anymore. there's some stores online, and I also sell them. I sell starter and mature cultures. But I don't have a website. You just have to email me if you're looking for any. With that being said, I think that's all I have to do. I still can't get over this smiley package. It's so cute. But I think that's all I wanted to do. Where do you sell? We don't have a website. Farrell's Fish and More. We don't have a website yet. So it's just by email. That is my email. And then we have another email, farrellsfishstore@gmail.com. But that one I respond to so quickly. I check my email so often. But did you have anything to say?
No, I'm doing good.
Okay. Do you want to share your fish or anything?
No.
Okay.
I see them. No, none of the lights are on.
No, the water level is up there, and then that's like 3/4 of the tank is full.
Fishy Biz is in the house.
Fishy Biz? Oh, Fishy Biz Aquatics. What's cracking? Thanks for popping in. Fishy Biz is pretty cool. His streams are always so fun. Tomorrow's Monday, so Fishy Biz will be streaming tomorrow, I think.
Oh. Is he on?
Huh?
Jack and Dan? What was that?
I don't know. Gokur. I don't know how to say your name, but they said, "Hi, Brain. How you doing? Shared and liked for you, friend." Well, thank you for sharing and liking.
Yes, Jack and Dan tomorrow, he said.
Okay.
I thought it was on Jack and Dan.
Okay, so Fishy Biz is going live tomorrow at 9 p.m. Central. Yeah, I think it's 9 p.m. Central time, because it's 10 p.m. where we're at when he goes live. But he'll be going live tomorrow, 9 p.m. Central time. Jack and Dan. And then there's also other streams. If you go to FishTubers notifications, that's a Facebook page that I don't know who created it, but Bob Kaler posts updates of like who's streaming that week. So if you want to know who's streaming tomorrow or later this evening, you can check that out. I know Science Gal's going live at 5 or 5:15. Skipper might be going live. And then there's a couple people after him.
I feel like there's a Robert, TN, and then there's a Skipper.
Maybe.
Hey, isn't Fishy Biz on? I can't remember.
Oh, who knows? And then tomorrow morning, Jess will be doing her aquatic morning show. Everyone, please pray for my friend, 501st Legion Gaming. She's in hospital right now. She said that her health has been declining for the past few weeks now. I'm beginning to worry about her. I need all your prayers. Oh, I hope she gets better. We probably won't be going for an hour today. We normally go for like an hour up to 2 hours-ish, but probably not today. It's just a pop-up. I won't be doing a long stream today. So if anybody has any questions, let me know. And I can answer them real quick. And if nobody has any questions, we might just end the stream here. Eventually, we should do a whole fish room walkthrough. I think that'd be cool. Really good idea. Gotta run, feral family. Everybody take care, please. Oh, peace. Bye, Fishy Biz.
Later, Fisher Biz.
Take care. I'm gonna probably film a video sometime. See, I come up with these ideas, but then I never actually film videos. Or a live stream of just like walking through all the different like food cultures I have. I don't have that many right now, but eventually these tanks will be filled in. I want to fill that tank sometime soon because I'm gonna get some Daphne and scuds. I've been looking online for them. It's pretty hard to find live food cultures on places other than eBay. I don't like ordering from eBay. There's nothing against eBay. It's just I don't like ordering from them. Patrick Hardy, good afternoon. I think it was you. I could be wrong, but I think it was you, Patrick Hardy, that was asking about when I was going to have white worms. I could be wrong, but I have a nice culture now. And if this culture does good, then I'll upgrade this culture to a 10-gallon tank. But there's tons of worms in there. It's summer brand. Perfect opportunity to crank out tons of new content. Yeah, that's a good idea. Once I get out of school, I probably will start filming more. But, I want to do a video eventually. Just going like a species spotlight on a certain type of food culture, one at a time. Not too long of a video, maybe like up to 5 minutes. I posted a 35-minute video the other day, but like a 5-minute video spotlighting a certain live food culture. That'd be fun. Bye, friends. Love from Sri Lanka. Bye, Karuna Karen. Karen. I hope I'm saying that right. Take care. Sri Lanka. But this is where I got my white worms from. The fish food dude. They're on eBay. I've never heard of the guy before, but I have never tried white worms or living food in years. Just wanted to support your business. So what's the cost for the white worms? I don't know right off the top of my head. You'll have to email me. I can think of one later today, maybe. No. I normally do that kind of stuff with my mother because I can never think of things. But I'm happy with my new culture. And I got it so it's not watery anymore. Honestly, I don't like eBay either, but there's only so much time I have to devote to selling and shipping fish, and eBay is a good all-in-one solution for handling transactions. That sounds like a really good idea. Huh?
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Eventually, we'll set up a website. It'll take time until I actually get a website, and then it'll take a couple weeks to make it. But Patrick Hardy. If you want to email me, that's my email, and I can get back to you on the price of white worms. But just make sure that you have a place to store them, because they like cooler temperatures. Now you can store them in the fridge over the summer, so that they don't get too warm and die. Or if you have a basement, you can store them in there too. Or you can store them in the fridge all year round and just slowly feed them off. eBay fees are absolutely terrible though. Oh, I wouldn't know that, but it's good to know. There's people that selling all sorts of things. Etsy, Get Gills, Our Fish Collective.
Mike has that thing set up too.
Fishtuber.com. There's a Get Gills feature on there. You can check that out. Or you don't have to use Fishtubers just for the Get Gills selling feature. You can use it for chatting with the fish fam. You can also like add friends on there too. You can add friends and then talk to them, which I think is pretty cool. And there's a feature where you can poke people. Like if they've been inactive, I think you just poke them and then they become active. There is a poke feature on there because I have been poked by people. I don't know what it does, but you get an email if somebody like messages you, so you won't miss it. Or when people poke you, you get emails too. I don't know. You'd have to ask Mike, Florida Fish Rescue, about the poke feature, but there is one. I know that. Okay, so what's the prices for a small startup and shipping costs? And also, do you use PayPal? I do use PayPal. Shipping costs. First class has been really slow, so I haven't been using that. Shipping costs. It'd probably be a small flat rate box. So it'd probably be like $8 to $9 shipping. But I got these first class. Oh, I don't want to show the address. I got these first class and they came in a couple days. And then a small startup culture. Let me think, because I paid $12 for a Ziploc bag full. Facebook used to have a poke feature, LOL. Oh, that's nice. I don't know what it does. Small startup culture. I would say maybe $2 or $3. If that answers your question. But yeah, just make sure you have a cool place that you can put them. White worms are similar to grindle worms. They're kept in the same substrate and they eat the same things. They just require different temperatures. Grindle worms you can keep room temperature. When white worms, you can store them in the refrigerator. I've seen Simply Betta store hers in the refrigerator over the summer because she doesn't have a basement and her house gets pretty warm. So she just preserves them in the refrigerator. I don't know if she feeds them when they're in the refrigerator. I would assume so. This is the paper that it came with. I was going to read the whole thing, but I didn't. It just goes through how you set it up and care for it. It says the food should be placed in the center. And then don't feed until the worms have eaten all the food. And then if the food goes moldy, spoon it out and add fresh food, but not so much as last time when it went moldy. Once the worm colony is thriving, after approximately a month, because the food has been left on the surface, it will facilitate to harvesting on the worms. As the worms gather on the surface to feed, to ease harvesting, use one side of an old CD case. I'm not going to use an old CD case. I'm going to either use my finger or like a little pipette. I'll have to get plastic canvas to put on top of where I feed, and then a lid to something. Because if I had a phone to show my grindleworm culture, I would show how I feed that. Because I have a plastic canvas, I feed like the food, whatever I show, color enhancing flakes by Marine Land, and then the worms crawl through the substrate through the plastic canvas, and then I have a lid on there to like just a regular container, and they seem to be doing better under the lid, and I don't know why that is, but I can show my grindle worms real quick. I just have them over here on the far side.
You want this?
No. Well, you can't see them anymore. Yeah, I'll probably want your phone. Thank you. Let me grab a flashlight. Okay. Oh. Hold on just a minute.
You don't have to mute it.
I don't?
No.
I have to mute this. Well, I have to mute my laptop, because then you'll hear the other thing. That should be good enough. Okay. I'm gonna show. Those are my grindle worms today. I can't really see them that well. But all those little yellow things are grindle worms, and they have some fish flakes in them. There's a bunch of them. That's what I want to show. Do you want to show any fish?
You can leave it on.
Okay. Alrighty. Dave, you need a recliner. Brianna Houston Texas says, hot down here today. You can cook an egg and bacon outside without fire. Also, is your PayPal the same as your email address? I pay you in full today. No, PayPal is not the same as email address. It's just an email. I'll put it in. Let me confirm what the email is.
All right.
What? Do you have something to say? You can unmute yourself on StreamYard. Oh, you left. Okay. Well, yeah, if you email me, I can give you the other email address. Do you have a basement, Patrick Hardy? Or somewhere you could put the worms where it's not as hot? A refrigerator?
You got a refrigerator.
Well, okay, do you have space in your refrigerator for a culture of white worms? That's what I should have said. if you live where it's hot and your house is like room temperature, and you don't want to put worms in your fridge, Grindel worms are very similar to white worms. They just stay room temperature.
That's why I got off, because I thought it was breaking up. You're breaking up now.
That's fine. I did what I wanted to do. I keep my house just under 70 all year. Hopefully, can they still understand me? Can you still understand what I'm saying?
It has to catch up. It seemed okay right there.
Okay, if you can, as long as you can understand me. Stephen P said I keep my house just under 70 all year. Is that cool enough? For white worms, just under 70 would be good. That's a bit warm, but it'll be fine for them. As long as your house never goes above 80. It'll be fine for white worms. Grindel worms are just a little bit, like barely any smaller than white worms, and they would thrive right around 70 degrees. Brianna, I'm going with your white worms. Sounds good. Just email me. It will be like a week until I can ship at them, just to make sure they're doing good. So yeah, white worms, they kind of look similar to my Grindel worms. If they stayed room temperature, I would put them in here, and it'd be difficult to tell the difference between them. But that's why I have mine labeled. Okay, that's why I have mine labeled Grindel worms and white worms. Just a few more minutes until we're a little bit over an hour. I'm at 58 minutes right now.
I'll take it and go upstairs. Works better.
I'm only gonna go for like 5. I'm only gonna go for like 5 minutes. So it'll be okay. Big boy, welcome. Ow. Got a sliver. I'm only gonna be going a few more minutes. So if I'm breaking up, sorry. It'll only be a few minutes. What? I can hear my cat meowing from upstairs.
Robert just said
Chinako just sent it. I don't know if anybody goes after him. So I would rate someone, but I don't know if anybody else is gone right now. Let me check FishTube room notifications. What? You have something to say? Okay. Oh, I clicked the wrong one. I'm still breaking up. Just a few more minutes. Just hit the hour mark. Alright, it says Sharpies is going live. Sharpies models and aquatics is going live at 1. So I don't know if he's live right now.
It's almost a 2.
I know. But we'll end it because I'm breaking up. So yeah. Aquarium Co-op's going in 20 minutes. Oh, that's awesome.
It's not breaking up right now.
Is that seriously? Wow. But we have streamed an hour, so we'll end it here, and we'll go over to Aquarium Co-op's thing live stream in 20 minutes. A live Q&A. My mother said. But yeah, if you had any questions, email me. Patrick Hardy. I will check my email after the show. But if anybody has any more questions about worms, I'd be more than happy to answer it in right now or another one of my live streams. Or you can email me with questions. But have a good day, everyone, and thank you.